Welcome back to another MTGO Modern League with me, Magix, and this time we are trying out some Mystic Sanctuary Miracles. So stay tuned and let's go!
Push the goddamn button!
You heard what she said.
So guys, I have seen some lists placing with our lovely Miracle cards in combination with Mystic Sanctuary. Well, how does this work? If the first card you draw in each turn is a Miracle card, well, then you can play this card for its Miracle costs, and yeah, a mass removal for 1 white mana is pretty strong, as well as creating X 4/4s. It's a really nice mana sink, and once you have found one of those, and you make your 4th land drop, well, hopefully you can fetch out a Mystic Sanctuary, and yeah, continue to put these Miracle cards back on top. Will be the first card you draw, right? And then, yeah, if the opponent needs the Comet Phase, you hopefully can lock them out with Terminus, and if you face stuff like Junt, and you find your Entreat, and they don't have an ooze to eat out the Entreat out of your graveyard, well, then you spam them with some 4/4 Angels, turn after turn after turn, hopefully. So, besides that, we have the usual suspects of Cryptic, Archmage's Charm, right, that you can always put back on top. Some cheap interaction here, some Snapcasters, 1 Telling Time. This helps in finding a Terminus, and with Telling Time you can put not only 1 card in your hand, but also 1 on top, so you know exactly that you may draw a Miracle card at the beginning of the next turn. Search for Azcanta also helps to clear out the top card, dig deeper for the Terminus. Maybe once Azcanta flips, you can use this to search out the win conditions between Teferi, Jace, and Entreat, of course. But you can also find like a Timely or Cryptic or more removal, right? Whatever you want. Some cheap counterspells here. And I want to try out Deprive because, yeah, as an additional cost to cast Deprive, you have to return a land to your hand. And, well, what better land to return to your hand than Mystic Sanctuary? Because then you can, yeah, use any of these spells again. And we play 3 Jaces because, yeah, you want the Brainstorm to shuffle away Terminus from your hand back on top of the deck. No Celestial Colonnades. I think 4 Mystic Sanctuary in the early games are already plenty, because then they come into play tapped. But since we want some Sanctuaries later on, we play the full 4 copies, and we play 8 fetch lands. 3 Hallowed Fountains to, yeah, get at least 1 white source. Usually we don't need more, unless we want to miracle the Entreat. But I think and hope that 4 white sources are enough. If not, then yeah, we maybe have to include a second one, but I think you also need the islands to get the Sanctuary going. So all in all, this deck doesn't run as many mana sources, right? We only have 11 plus 5 are, yeah, 15, 16, so yeah, of course, subtract 8 fetch lands here, right, so 16 mana sources. Of course, if you crack the Field of Ruin earlier, then this reduces the total number, so I think Search for Azcanta is fine as an additional land drop. Yeah, and then in regards to the sideboard, we run some anti-burn packages between Celestial Purge and Timely. Purge, of course, can also deal with stuff like Blood Moon or Ren and 6. Aether Gust can also come in against Junt. It's nice because you can remove creatures after they have resolved it. And you can also deal with Ren and 6 with this card, whereas I usually don't like stuff like Mana Leak, because it's a horrible top deck. Not so much with Aether Gust, and the other upside is that Aether Gust can also prevent a Primeval Titan if it's cast by Cavern of Souls, because yeah, you choose a target and not actually counter it. One more Sweeper in case we face humans, right? The occasional Supreme Verdict that you get to circumvent the Meddling Mage lock, and can also bring it in against Death Shadow and stuff. Some Ashioks against the Titan decks, but they are also kind of okay against Dredge. Some Surgical Extractions also against mostly Dredge, but maybe it's okay to bring one in against the Primeval Titan decks. And then some more cheap counter spells in case we face combo decks or control mirrors. Dispel is there because there are a lot of Veil of Summer going on. It's also nice against Infect, Death Shadow, because it's so cheap. I think it's a little bit better than the third Veto, just because it's more mana efficient, but could be anything. I have also seen some sideboards with stuff like Monastery Mentor, but I'm not sure I like it right now. I more feel like with the Termini, you can stop the Field of the Dead mostly because you can cycle it kind of ad nauseum, so whatever zombies they make, you just keep repeating all of your Terminis and hopefully win with the Jace by then. And what else? Where and which other matchups you can bring Mentor, I'm not sure, because Junt will still keep in most of its removal stuff, and that's mostly it. I don't think I want Mentor in stuff like Prowess matchup, what have you. Not sure. There was also like one Vendilion click. I mean, yeah, it's a fine beater. You can put a dead Termini or Terminus back on bottom of your deck. But I'm not a fan of Vendilion click right now. The 1 toughness is really horrible against stuff like Ice Fang Kotal, Lava Dart, Renin 6. There's so much stuff killing 1 toughness dudes that the value of discarding, or not, it's not even discard, it's just cycling the opponent's card without Narset, that Vendilion click is enough value. Could bring in maybe 1 Teferi Time Reveler in the sideboard. Maybe it's a hedge against Junt and stuff, but I'm not sure what to cut then. Most likely an Aether Gust or a Veto, actually. So, not sure how good the blue-red matchups are without the Veto. Because you really want this in Counter Wars, and yeah, not sure. Then again, Teferi is really strong, of course, in the control mirrors, and you can also bring him in against Junt or Death Shadow, right? Because his static ability can stop stuff like Bloodbraid Elf, or prevents the Death Shadow decks from using their counter spells, or you can bring him in against Infect, because then they can't protect their creatures anymore, but they can't protect the creatures against Terminus anyways, so they have to rely on Spell Pierce and stuff, and I'm not sure if it's really worth the slot. I am trying this without. Can maybe cut one of these 5 cards, or maybe cut a Snapcaster Mage from the main deck, put 1 Surgical into the main deck, or even the Supreme Verdict, and then bring the Teferi in, or cut any of the counter spells. We will try this right now with this configuration and just see how it goes. Maybe also the Entreat the Angels is kind of overkill. Maybe it's not needed, so then you can cut it for maybe another counter spell. Maybe another 1 mana removal spell. I think this is a flex slot. Maybe even the Teferi is a flex slot, but I wanted some cards to actually end the game. I think maybe you can also exchange 1 Azcanta for a second Telling Time, or you can try out the new Omen of the Seas, right, where you scry 2 and then immediately draw. I like Telling Time a little bit more with Miracles, because you can use this at the end of turn 2 to immediately set up a Termini for your turn, Terminus for your turn, and that's not doable with the Oracle, but with the Omen of the Seas. But then again, stays on the battlefield, and you can crack it later on again to dig another 2 cards deep. So Omen of the Seas has some value in this Miracle Shell. And yeah, it helps you to find the Entreat sooner. So it's definitely a card you can try out. I want yeah, the Azcanta right now, because this one also helps you to dig for the cards, and later on, I mean, looking 4 cards deep. It's kind of the same, right? Of course, the Omen has Flash, so you can bring it, play it end of turn, whereas you have to tap out for the Azcanta, so some upsides here, some downsides there. These are mostly the miracle helpers, so to say. Let's see how this goes. Maybe it's too clunky after all. Maybe we get slaughtered out of this league. Well, we are on the draw. We have 3 1-mana spells. So I guess we keep some top end here. If it's burn or something like that, we will get murdered, but don't think burn is a good matchup game 1 anyways. So we find our first white source. Pulling up Spell Snare here now. Could be Junt after all, so using Spell Snare against Ren 6 has some value. Could also be Dredge, in which case we want to stop the red spell that dumps 3 cards. I don't think we fight about against Loam here. With Terminus in the deck, you actually have a chance in game 1. Now we have found 2 sanctuaries, so I should have played 1 here. I mean, if we find a single Terminus, we could stall them for a long time. He already has a lot of stuff going. So 2 land drops, some unknowns. Well then, let's see if we can rip here. Well, we can't. It's unfortunate. So we are still hoping to find at least 1 miracle here. Now we can Archmage Charm. We are not dead immediately, but we are taking a lot of damage here. Well, another Blood Gust. It's annoying. So taking 5 here. Comes another Blood Gust. He has Loam and 1 land in hand. Here comes the Loam again, but I don't think we can fight about this. Now let's draw some cards. Well, we only find more Jaces. Not good, not good. So we hope to survive the next turn, and we find a Terminus here. No such luck. No such luck. That's pretty horrible. depending on what he mills now, we could be dead. I don't think we need the snap here. No great hits at least, so since he didn't hit the conflagrate, we maybe have a chance. Kills the Jace, definitely. We go to 10. And here comes this damn Ox. And here comes a lot of dredging. And we go to 7. Still hoping to rip that Terminus here. Wow. Yeah, sure. We knew that there were 2. Why? Well, okay, I suppose we take the up then. Can do this trick with 6 mana. Okay. So we obviously tap draw. Hope that we not die against all of his creeping shields. Yeah. Should have mostly lands in hand at this point. And unfortunately he has the conflagrate here. That's a shame. Yeah, we were wasting too much time. So the next creeping shield kills us. Unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do against this. I think we need the Spell Snare right now. Ship the turn back. No creeping chill, but he has a conflagrate here, so we are not dead yet. Because we are at 2. Unless he did mill a loam. But he did mill a Stinkweed Imp, so... Maybe if we find timely reinforcements... Don't have a force, unfortunately, here. Oh, and he has the Ox. Yeah, sure. Can't prevent that. And here comes the Creeping Chill. So we are dead. Okay, now let's bring in our hate cards. We are not running Rest in Peace, by the way, because we have this Azcanta and stuff going. Let's see. Don't think we need all the timelies, but some life gain is surely nice. Not a fan of Mana Leak. Not a fan of Logic Knot. I like the Surgical. Not a fan of Deprive here, even though you can do this Mystic Sanctuary trick. I think you need the tempo. Snap Surgical is a great way in the early game to deal with that stuff. We want the Terminus. We want Ashiok. Jace is still fine. Maybe you don't need the Teferi actually. Treat is okay. Maybe one timely is enough because we can find it later on anyways. Three more cuts, that's awkward. Maybe one force, though it's nice against the loam. That's mostly about it, right? So it's not like we care about abrupt decay or anything like that. Maybe one search is fine. Maybe let's try it out like this. Just cutting a little bit around the edges. That's as good as it gets. So we are quick enough. I will not opt on turn 1, I think. Can do this on turn 2. And I want to get the Hallowed Fountain here. Now if you want to play the Ashiok next turn, I think this is the safest line. That would be a great surgical turn, actually. Let's try to hit it. No luck, unfortunately. Would have loved to surgical here. What does he hit? 2 Blood Gusts and an Ox. Well, this is ugly. And he has the land drop. Oh. Creeping Chill. Luckily that's it, so I guess we sacrifice the Ashiok. Still play it, then we can use Timely on the following turn and hopefully stall a little bit. Can't let him escalate here even more because so much stuff in his graveyard. So Ashiok will die here, but at least it was a Tormod script that gained 4 life, kind of. Play Timely and try to stick Jace the following turn. Could play the Merchant here. Yep. Terminus. No Termini. Yeah, we need the Terminus desperately. Trying to protect the Jace for the following turn, I think, is more valuable than 4 life right now. Yeah, but this is already horrible, so need the Terminus here. Path won't cut it. Maybe we find a Surgical. Again, no luck. Another Creeping Chill, that is the third one. No, the second one actually. Well, he has only 14 cards, maybe we can mill him. It will change, of course, if he kills all the soldiers. Next Creeping Chill and the Conflagrate. Well, the Jace will die, that's for sure. If we block here... Yeah, it will still die, and I don't want to get this Blood Gust in the graveyard, I suppose, so... The Jace is super dead. He can't return this damn block for some reason. Yeah, so Jace is dead, okay. So the question is, how can we win this? He still has the Conflagrate and one more Creeping Chill. He can escape the Ox. I think we can do a lot here. Okay, that was fine. Here comes the Ox, I guess. Well, if he has another red source, he can Conflagrate us here, but I kind of want to counter this. Can't let that happen. I'm unsure if he has another red source. Because we have milled over the Stomping Ground and the Blood Crypt. Both Stomping Grounds, actually. Oh, he has a basic mountain, so here comes the Conflagrate for everything. But 1, 2, 3 Creeping Chill. Maybe we'll snap on Timely, we still have a chance. Well, we are still at 4, so I guess it's fine. Another Archmage Charm. Well, he will mill over some of these Blood Gusts. Can't play the Surgical, Creeping Chill, Creeping Chill. So all the Creeping Chills are gone. All the Creeping Chills are gone. If we try to draw... Well, he has no land drop right now, so... Let's ship the turn here, I suppose. Could try to get rid of his green source here, actually. This way he can't use the Loam. And if he tries to simply cast the Ox, I guess we can do this. He has all these Necromeepers still in the deck. Let's see, he will mill 6, but he's nearly out of cards. I don't think he has more reach. Okay. Hardcast Stinkweed Imp here. I think that is fine. Let's try to find some hate here. This also works, I guess. Now the Necromoebas are the last cards in the deck. So I don't think he can play this. What did he take? Stinkweed Imp, that's fine. So yes, only 6 more cards in the deck. At this point we are trying to outlive him, I suppose. This should seal the deal. Yep, nice, okay. Whew! Close game with the Terminus, but we did it. Now, what's next? Now we are on the draw. The timely was very nice. I don't think we need the Entreat here to win. It's mostly a game of surviving. If we survive long enough, we will win this. It has the Ashiok again, but nothing really else. Not even an opt. I don't like this. This has the Ashiok too. I would have loved if this hand has a Surgical, but well, keeping the Terminus for the Jace at least. Need to hit another blue source. Definitely need another blue source, or better even a fetch land for the Hallowed Fountain. Comes this loot dude again. Haggle is so annoying. Wow. Hit the Cryptic just when you don't need it. No luck with the stem Surgicals. This is escape 8, so there is the loam. Surgical. Nope. No Surgical. So another Dredge 3 here. Yeah, so he will play the Ox here, that's obvious. He has no dredge spell right now in the grave, and if he loams here, he can still play the Ashiok. Wow, and he has the fucking reunion. Horrible. Well, luckily he hit very, very bad. So maybe we have a chance, especially if we top deck Surgical here. We mill over Creeping Chill, Blood Gust, okay. So Ashiok will go to 2. That's his life, taking the beats here. But at least we are still in this. The graveyard is empty. Maybe can play a Jace out. We hit a 4th land drop. Definitely will exile this, I think. He has a few more land drops. Well, do we risk this? I think the answer is no right now. I don't want to risk it. To me it seems he is missing a Dredge Enabler, so let's mill his stuff. We are still at 16, so Ashiok will die here. Yep, no more. Oh, he fetched during Ashiok, so good for us, I guess. Is that Jim? Okay. I still think we stick the Jace here, to be honest. We hope that it can survive. Okay, he attacks us, that's nice. Another Stinkweed, I'm sure. On the Surgical, not bad. And we find the Terminus combo. Don't think we need the Force at this point. Maybe we don't even need the Surgical, but why risk it, right? So that is definitely a lucky win. But I take it. Let's see if he has another basic here. No, he hasn't, so we can get rid of his mana here now. Yeah, let's definitely Put these away for all of his mana sources. Well, at this point, doesn't really matter, but we still take the Terminus just to lock it up. I don't think he has a possibility to win here anymore, not with Cryptic and Sanctuary, but let's see if he wants to continue playing this. I don't think he can win here. Yeah, and he concedes. Nice, so lucky win, but sometimes you need the luck. Tried our best to find the circle kills in a timely fashion, but that didn't work out. Though Ashiok rescued us in 2 games. Opponent didn't want to play. Well then, let's go. But this is a fine hand. Have some opts, turn 2, search for Azcanta, so it's hard to go wrong with this. Let's ship the turn. Amulet. Yeah, well, not sure how good the matchup is in game 1. Guess we cash in the opt now then. Because Terminus not be that important in the early turns. Don't need you right now. I could play a Dryad this turn. Then ramp further ahead. Double Amulet is really scary. Yeah. Maybe he dumps us with this double Amulet, so... Turn 2 Titans, GG. Yep, here comes the Dryad, so he makes another 4 mana. Then has another land drop, I suppose. Oh, what a nut drawer. I bet he has a Summoner's Pack 2 or something. Yep. Well, if we don't get rid of this now, I mean, 2, 4, 5, he replaced this and then he has 6 anyways, so... Not sure we can really past this Dryad here. Now we will go ham. Okay, or he doesn't. Well then, mana is not your bottleneck anymore. So he has a bounce land and 2 unknowns. Yep. Find like an Archmage charm here. More path. Don't need the timely actually. Mystic Sanctuary, eh? Guess we can take the path. Then snap opt into the path and play it in case he doesn't do anything else. We can also... Nah, let's put the path back on top. Let's hope he doesn't have a Titan. Even if he has, we can use Telling Time to hopefully find a mana leak or something. Maybe Deprive. Not sure. So he has Bounce Land to Unknowns. Oh. So... yeah, doesn't matter. We'll play the Bounce Land. We have to deal with the zombies, unless we find a Field of Ruin. I have to get rid of the Dryad, because if he finds a Valakut, then that's really ugly. And with the Bounce Land he can make more zombies anyways. But now, do we have a counter? Then you could counter the path. Should be better. Let's see if he has another basic that triggers this, but he doesn't. Okay. So still hoping for Cryptic here. It's not the Cryptic we wanted. Okay, so the Bounce Land in hand. We have to find like Field of Ruin here. That's not great. One in our hand. So I guess we take the Flooded Strand for now. Have to put one on top. But I don't have to draw it here, so... And what are you thinking about? We have so much game action. Feels like he's wasting my time. Oh. Another bad draw here. So the zombies are coming next turn. Okay, so he has still the other bounce land in hand. Doesn't float mana here with the Sanctuary, so still trying to find counters and the Field of Ruin after all this time. There is the Field of Ruin, finally. Draw the Force, which is also not stellar. At least the Force can prevent Summoner's Pact, but if he hits the Titan, yeah, can't do a lot here. I haven't found a single counter spell in the top 22 cards, so I mean, besides the Force, of course. Counter spell that can prevent the Titan, I mean, right? Scary. Okay. Nothing. Give me something. Even a Jace. Not this Sanctuary. Well, here comes the Titan. I guess we are dead because we didn't find anything. I could puke right now. It's really disappointing. It's really, really, really disappointing. Yep. Well, at least we have the Terminus, but now we have to find something else again. He can bounce it to Laria West, but then we can counter the Pact actually. didn't bounce it to Laria West. Did he have another Titan? Was he slow rolling this all the time? What is this about? What is this about? He has returned the forest and he does nothing. Okay. Well, we could put an opt here on top. This way we have the force up even through the Terminus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's worthwhile to do that. So he makes more zombies. Or he draws another Titan, because why wouldn't you? Need a big breath here. A big, big breath. One more cut. What is the cut here? You cut one Jace. Ah, that isn't right. If you want to do it, you cut the Teferi, right? So the luck we had in the dredge matchup is now used up, it seems like. Maybe this was the pay for the first match, to lose horribly and disappointingly the second one, even after 5 cantrips, no, even more, because we even snapcasted the opts, so... Well... We have the Ashiok and an Aether Gust, but we are desperately looking for lands. But if we hit the lands, this hand is good, so I take the gamble. This also plays around Weight of Summer, by the way. I mean, they draw a card, but they can't use Whale to protect their stuff. Only Mystical Dispute is the magical answer. Already a fast start, eh? Well, we hit a land drop at least, so we ship the turn here. Hopefully Ashiok is good next turn, and then we can follow up with the Aether Gust, or use Aether Gust and draw the land naturally. Okay. think we want the tempo here. Top. Well, that's too bad. Too bad. Well, we can try to spike a Terminus, I guess, even though we have one in hand. Well, another Sanctuary. So we have drawn literally all of them at this point. Feels awkward. Feels definitely awkward. The deck is not liking us in this match at all. So could be a Titan here anyways. Or Field of the Dead. Dominaria West. Well, he has only 2 more cards, so I guess we have a chance here. Next turn we can play Snapped Aether Gust, I suppose. Ashiok is still fine. Field of Ruin is not bad. This can deal with the Field of the Dead. Yeah, I guess he can go to 1. He still needs a lot more land drops here, so... Okay, Ashiok goes to 1. Okay, then this right now. Good that this is a removal spell too. That's really nice. Okay. So Ashiok's still in game. Probably put the Druid back on top. Good combo. And another Field of the Dead. Scary, scary, scary. Don't want to lose this, so we will not downtick. I would like the Deprive. Do I? Yeah, I think it's better than nothing. He still is a little bit off from this Field of the Dead. Also have the Entreat in the deck, but we need another white source. Now we counter draw at this point to get further into the deck. So the next counter also returns the Mystic Sanctuary. This seems like another hard lock, because you can rinse and repeat this. And yeah, I mean, the Jace should be good here. And we even find the Field of Ruin. So this is good. Should win this game now. Have all the winning pieces in play now. Aether Gust was the star of this game, I think. Now it would be great to fetch out a second white source, but it's still okay. We'll try to slowly pick away at him. Until he is bored. Until he concedes due to boredom. Hmm. Really need the Terminus here. This is okay. Can keep this on top. 3, 6, 7. Pull this over, flip the Azcanta. Storm. Don't need this Field of Ruin right now, but we also don't need the Snapcaster Mage or the Surgical actually. And ship the turn. Don't have to do anything here. Getting him down on clock. Spend more time winning. We could also fetch a Mystic Sanctuary here, but I want my second white source. And he concedes, okay. Still like all the stuff we have. Not sure if you really need the Surgical, but I think it's okay. I don't like the fourth pass or the fourth Terminus. I think this is fine after all. It's not really something you want to Dovin's Veto. Maybe the Dispel is okay against the Pact. Maybe that's better than the Force actually. I mean, Force can snack the Engineered Explosives. That's mostly it. Maybe the Dispel is better. Yeah, good enough. And we already have the finisher in hand, so only need to brainstorm to put it back on top. We only have to hit land drop and maybe more counter spells, maybe an Ashiok. Also have the Surge, of course. And the Field of Ruin for Field of the Dead. He kept 7. With Once Upon a Time, of course. Always a good idea. Sorry, already has the Titan. This land again. It's not bad. If we counter the Titan, we can shuffle it away with the Field of Ruin. He didn't have a turn 1 Accelerant. And no Amulet, so a lot of time here, it seems like. Where's my Ashiok? Of course, you hit the Terminus then. Awkward. There's a Dryad here, he has a Dryad. Need this Aether Gust definitely right now against the Primeval Titan. Which can be coming next turn or the turn after, maybe. Let's see. Dispel. Well, in case he has a Veil of Summer, I don't hate this actually. So I take this with us. I mean, yes, Aether Gust circumvents the... You know what I mean, but this can also catch a pact, so I want to see how this plays out. Here comes the stupid Dryad. Yeah, I don't think we can waste our Aether Gust here. This is our white source. Cryptic Sanctuary, we don't need this right now. Okay, so let's see. So he has Titan Manor now. Yeah, okay. So Titan, Forest, 4 unknowns. Can take 2 here, no big deal. He does nothing, we try to flip Azcanta. Not that it really matters, but let's get rid of the Vesuva, I guess. Get our second white source for the Entreat. Flip Azcanta. Play the other Field of Ruin, chip the turn. This can find an Ashiok too, so sure. Yep. Take another 2 here. That's fine. Well, in this case, I like the Archmage. Oh no, actually the Cryptic, to be honest. Still trying to find an Ashiok or something. How good is the mana leak? Only can pay next turn. You won't be able to double spell something. I guess we take the guess for now. Yukabok, sure. That's way too late. So, do you play a Titan now? Nope, he doesn't. Okay. And he didn't attack. Well, in this case, let's get rid of this. Can always redraw it with the Azcanta actually. But now, Beast Within. Well, he has Titan and 2 unknowns, I guess. That's also good. Let's actually take the path. So we have at least one in hand. Transmute. Yeah, not like we can prevent this. It's probably a Pact of Negation. No, Cavernous Souls. Yeah, well, but that won't save you, my friend. We have the card on top right, so... Fortunately, we have to bottom Ashiok here, but I guess it's fine. Aether Gust putting in work, like it should be. Well, now I guess we don't even care about the Titan. You can redraw your Titan and play it. We have the path in hand now. Like, no big deal. Sure. Mana Leak is looking awkward now. Well, and we just ship the turn. The slow and steady death of the Titan player. Now we try to find a Jace, and that's it. Oh, awkward. Sure. Yeah, this game is also won. Nice. Don't think we can lose this. I don't even waste the field on the cavern. No big deal. We resolve the Titan here, that doesn't matter. We want the Field of Ruin against Field of the Dead. Though we have all the answers, and we found an Aether Gust, not bad. Yep, and he concedes. What's to the third match? Aether Gust looked very strong there, very pleased with this card. Dispel was also good. This is a very slow hand. So we keep. Awesome, right? The Goose. Well, nothing we can do against this. And we draw another Snapcaster Mage. Rough beats. Grimflayer. Well, don't have an answer to this right now. Maybe we draw a Terminus here. A lucky one. Can always hope for those. Give me the Terminus. Nope. No luck. No luck. Ventress Gargoyle. Interesting. So it's like a Sultai Delirium deck, maybe? Another Grimflayer. And we don't draw the Terminus here. Awkward. Really awkward. Guess we need the third island here. Taking 8 next turn, which is a lot. Blade Capsule doesn't matter. Yeah, hit me, baby. We go to 9. Double Grimflayer trigger. Will he place more creatures? Well, he put one on top, but we will activate the Field of Ruin anyway, so... Well, now he can draw the card that he wanted. We need the island here anyways. We have to stall a little bit or actually sacrifice the Jace, try to improve our hand. He's thinking about drawing the card or not. We could have counters here. At this point, I think we play a sacrificial Jace. Because the Snapcasters are not looking hot here. Wow. That's horrible. That's really horrible. So we are Brainstorm locked, unfortunately. Probably dying to these Grim Flayers now. Yeah. Jace dead. Could be an Oro here. And it is. But we are still looking for this Terminus. Because he has only really lands in hand. Well, could play the Timely this turn to go to 11, but then we take 6 anyways, and then we are at 5 again, so it's not really a change. If there is a land beyond the second Snapcaster Mage, maybe with the chaining of the Cryptics, we can do something. Like hitting a Terminus the turn after. And then we should be back in the game, actually, with the Teferi. If he needs the combat phase and doesn't have discard or anything, can also try to bounce the Sanctuary. Yep. Yep. Okay. Terminus. Nope. Oh, we still tap draw, I guess. Still hoping for that Terminus. Still hoping for the Terminus. Nope. Again, no luck. What is this? This, well, this is scary. Give me this Terminus now, please. Please, please, and please. Fucking mana leaks. Unbelievable. Well, let's do it in this upkeep. Nearly 20 cards in, still searching for that Terminus. Finally. So here we go. Clearing this board. So let's hope he doesn't have much more gas. We still have the Teferi to deal with the Nissar, and then maybe the Timely. Okay, this is a redraw. And an Oro. Okay. Can deal with this one. Two, three, four, five. Untap. It's not good enough, so we have to use the Teferi minus to get rid of this Oro. Or we draw a Terminus. A second one, that would also be good. Else we are dead to this giant, and we can't block with the Snapcaster Mage. Yes. What's next? Swordseize. Oh, okay. Of course he will redraw it with the Nissar, but what can we do? Don't have a removal spell here. Actually, so let's tuck this. Second right. Third from the top, okay. So one. This unfortunately will mill it over. But yeah, not a lot we can do here. Try to counter it. Okay. Upticks her to 6. This is scary. But we can maybe Snapcaster bounce this. Ventress Gargoyle. Yes, defending player has 7 or more cards in their graveyard. So this one can't attack yet. Another Gargoyle. Yeah, well. Have all them gargoyles. Let's hope to find Terminus again. The Nissa is still scary. Flying and haste, they are still lands, so this is lethal then. So we maybe need the Snap Cryptic after all. Let's draw a card first. Doesn't matter if they can attack because we have to block anyway, Cryptic anyways, I think. Can also try to Terminus. They attack, so don't think we need Field of Ruin this turn. Okay. He can activate Emery of course now, but so be it. Okay. Yeah, we have to do this first. Okay, so no Terminus unfortunately. Yes. Well, one card too short. Okay. To here, the issue is if we don't draw a path or anything against these damn flying lands, then we still can't win, even if we Terminus now. Don't draw the Jace, unfortunately. So let's see. Take the Nissa down. He doesn't activate the capsule. Maybe he can't. So we Terminus now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we still have 5 mana open. 2, 4, 5, 6. Any order. So I still want to leave Deprive and Archmage's Charm up. I think we can wait for the Azcanta one more turn. Okay. Can only cast Uro once. And with the Sanctuary we can put Terminus back on top. Nissar is still away from her ultimate, and scrying doesn't matter as much because we have the Teferi tuck in the following turn too, so no big deal. Here comes the Uro. This is a really nice combination with the Deprive, that's for sure. Yeah, so we have to counter here. Did everything correct. Then we can put the Archmage's Charm back on top and just redraw it with the Teferi. Actually, this is a really nice combination. Yes is the answer. Draw it. Play this. Ship the turn back. Maybe should have actually taken the Deprive, because that's even nicer with the Mystic Sanctuary. Yep, so we have to tuck next turn actually. Sure, this dies anyways. Just a cycle. Other Emery. Well, I mean, we are bound to draw a path at some point, so guess I let this stick for now. And he has Icefang Kotal in his deck, okay. Let's attack his mana. Let's see how many basics he actually runs. Seems like he's out of it. Okay, so draw 2 here. Still can hold on to this opt for now. Don't need this. This flips. Sanctuary, so get rid of this now, I suppose. We can put back the Terminus on top and then draw it with the Opt. Protect our Teferi, he will play his Oro, but that's mostly his whole turn. He will redraw a Bauble, but that's fine. Here, attack me, okay, so you don't use the Bauble. Sure. Should have. Yeah, I mean, if we get back the Deprive, we could do the Sanctuary stuff ad nauseum, but I liked drawing some cards there. Okay, so finally we find a path. Should have done this before he has something else. What is this? Another Emery. So get rid of this one first. He doesn't have any more lands in his deck, it seems like, so for us. I mean, let's ship the turn back then. To find Entreat and end this now. This is annoying. Here, I suppose we take the path then. Maybe should have waited until he attacks, but let's take the path then. Yes, can attack. Okay. Can't play the Uro out now. Oh, yes, right, he has the Astrolabe. Okay, so here comes the Uro. We are not winning with life totals this game. We are only looking the Entreat. Well, I don't hate the path. Don't have to transform this. Draw a card. Well, we found another Terminus, I guess. Yep, you have a goose with more food. There are also Jaces in our deck. Jesus. Oh. Always no. So yeah, path here. Maybe I should have done this in my turn actually. Well, there goes the Jace, so it should soon be over. Actually, where is Deprive? Let's get back a Sanctuary here while we can. Okay, I wonder if he can ever win 2 post-board games at this point. So, whatever. Don't need to draw more cards here actually. So we have to be careful about what's left in our deck. So we stop putting cards in our graveyard now. Just end this. Find the Entreat, please. No Entreat yet. Don't need the land, to be honest. Let's just ship the turn back. Is the Entreat already gone? Am I doing something wrong? No, it's still in the deck. Well, he's trying to mill us now. So please stop that. Yeah, okay, he concedes with 9 minutes on the clock. We bored him to death. Still like the Aether Gust, that deals with most of his stuff. Not a fan of the Timely. Maybe like this. Supreme Verdict also seems fine. Kind of. All the Planeswalkers. Don't think we need the Ashiok just to deal with this graveyard, but a single one can be valuable, I think. The question is, what do we bring out? And not a fan of force in this matchup. Maybe one is fine, but let's see. Still like the Terminus plan. And yeah, unless he really runs us over, we win with the clock in due 2 games. I don't think he has the potential to run us over, so we bore him to death. Well, if this was just a normal island, it would be better, but it's hard to mulligan this. Still have a telling time to find another Terminus. Comes a Thoughtseize, no Noble Hierarch, okay, then Spell Snare isn't even that great. Well, can still try it. don't have that much 3-drops, so this can come into play on turn 3, I guess. Bobble is fine. I think I will not opt here actually, because we can opt into Terminus next turn. Well, take my Spell Snare value here, keep the board clean. Thoughtseize. Yeah, well, you can take whatever you want. It's not the best Thoughtseize here, but we are kind of away from the Supreme Verdict, so I guess it's either of the cantrips, maybe even the Telling Time. Yep. That's great. No real 3-drop. Could mean a Kotal, for sure, but yeah. So I don't think we have to opt here for this board. Let's keep it in hand for now. Maybe next turn we can get a Kotal too. He doesn't know about the Aether Gust, so I should put it on the land drop. So he has 3 more cards. Draw a 4th one. Where is the Icefang Kotal? Do we counter this? Nah, I think so. What is this? Separates them into 2. Ah, so it's effect on fiction on the creature. Let's try to hit the Terminus here. Feels bad if we draw the Supreme Verdict, so yeah, let's wait for 1 more turn. We can do it in our turn too. So how does this work? Top 3 cards, and the top pile will be presented, the bottom pile will be presented face down. So I guess we give him the Questing Beast. Like this. So he takes the Nissar, okay. And unfortunately, that is not what I was hoping for. Wanted a fetch land for once, but oh. Could have a mystical dispute here. Just this now. So, well, we'll have a counter here, definitely. Yeah. It's drawn in the lock. Now we have to deal with the Planeswalker again, which is annoying. We can use the Aether Gust to do so here, so guess that's fine. At least that will stall a little bit. Really want to find a white source. He didn't put it on top, it seems like. Oh, he had no, he had it on his hand. Okay, never mind then. Okay, so he's trying to end this fast. Makes sense, given the time. Yeah, maybe I should have done it in his turn, actually. But he redraws it anyways with the peatland. Well, this stalls the ultimate at least. We can't really use the Entreat here, unfortunately, so put the Terminus on top, I guess. And we are really hurting with this single white source. I don't think this is good enough, actually. Well, let's see what he does. He stops upticking, okay. That's not the worst. He still can't drown a Terminus. Don't mind taking 2 here still. Okay. Yeah, well, our nice dead hand. Maybe if you find a Jace now, it could be doing something. Well, we found the second white source or another Mystic Sanctuary at this point, so we have to decide how we can get more time from his clock. That's our route to victory now. Controlling the clock, which is actually a lame way to win, but it's the best way right now. Yeah, this is lethal, unfortunately. Right, it was at 6, not at 8. Okay, yeah, so we're dead here. He has now 3 minutes left. We are on the play. Still like the Aether Gust. Yeah, let's just rerun it. Hope for a better mana base this time. Well, at least we have a Hallowed Fountain now. Feels bad that we are missing land drops again. Not making any progress right now. I should really try to spike the land here. Okay, so we've got this one, put this on top. Place this in, yes, pass this. Ventress Gargoyle. Yeah, shouldn't be able to attack actually. Let's take the Path to Exile. This way he can't drown the Jace. Actually, I like the Aether Gust. Yes. Play the Jace. Oh, this is not right. I don't think we have time for Azcanta right now. The mana leak is also kind of awkward, so let's do it like this. Yeah, taking the Jace is fine. Yes, reveal the Terminus. Oh, why didn't he use it? I did put this on top. I didn't took this interaction to account. That's fine. So we can put the Terminus back on top. Something scary happens here. I don't think this one is scary enough. Yep. Perfect. So we fetch out the Sanctuary. Put the Terminus back on top. Yes. Draw. Yes. Deal. Terminus. Brainstorm. Ship the turn. Sure. Sure. Go. Let's try to end this a fair way. Should be its last basic, actually. We brainstorm again, I guess. And there's the Entreat. So we put the Entreat on top, play this. This. Get rid of his grave. To make Uro Arcward, attack here. Yeah, you can have this. Yes. And this locks it up. Okay, nice. 2 more matches. 2 ones for days. At least we are even now, but it's getting late. It takes forever to win, but it's fun. Fetching out all these Mystic Sanctuaries is really fun. Okay, let's go. Well, we have 1 blue source and Azcanta, so we can try this. Field can fetch another blue source. Always have the Terminus in hand, that's where you want them, right? So, the first brainstorm can be good. Opponent mulligans. Should turn off auto yields in case it's dredge with the horn, but it isn't. Seems like a Death Shadow deck, so seems more like Death Shadow, to be honest. So at least it will be a quick game. Sure. Let's see if he has a soft stop here. Because we are not doing much else and we don't have time for this later on, so if he stops here that's fine. He doesn't, so it's also fine. He doesn't cycle his spell bomb. We don't need the timely. Let's get the second Hallowed Fountain here actually, so that we have perfect mana. Still doesn't cycle, which is odd. Could have a Cryptic here actually, could be an Urza deck. Don't need the Snapcaster at this point. There's no black source right now, but I think it's more like an Urza deck, because else he would have discard and they don't run that much of a colorful mana base. So let's put up something into play. Well, let's take this with us for now. We need the mana, now we can Logic Knot and Force of Negation. Okay, now he fetches for something. Sunken Hollow, yeah, it's definitely an Urza deck. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Field of Ruin, okay. Comes the Urza, so let's cash in the Logic Knot as long as it is good. Now he regrets his spell bomb probably. Now we can try to force it with the Flooded Strand. Can try to ride this Azcanta to victory, I suppose. Now we should be forced to activate this. Exactly. We Field of Ruin here, I think. Yeah, we can wait till the spell bomb is resolved to fill the graveyard again. Yes, we don't need the Field of Ruin right now. We will have 6 sanctuaries of his own, of course, but right now there are no spells in the graveyard and we still have force. This is fine, this fills the Azcanta faster. Still wish we would have Jace or something here. Sure. Nothing really happening. Okay, no Mystic Sanctuary. Just another island. Sure. Draws a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I still think we take this with us. It's actually a win condition, so... That's a shame, unfortunately. Can Cryptic this now, which would really be awkward, but he doesn't. A few more cards. Yes. Field of Ruin. Ship the turn. This is number 6. Ugly. Oh, this was maybe bad. I mean, if he has a drawn in the lock, he has a drawn in the lock, right? In this case, he counters it anyways. Maybe he doesn't run another basic, but seems like he does. Yeah, so he has the drawn. Okay, so he has 5 cards afterwards. And he redraws it. Ugh. Yeah. Having the sanctuaries in hand already. Now he can counter, of course, so... Mana Leak doesn't stop it. One off Mana Leak here, really awkward. So he will have 7 cards again. Or he does something else, actually. Now we can Mana Leak again. Wow, okay. Do you have a Deprive? Oh, okay. He still has the Archmage Charm. All the sanctuaries already in the hand. Yeah, so again, Weir and Archmage Charm. Drawing this fucking Terminus, not good. Drawn too much removal here. I don't think the Azcanta can do anything good here. But seems better than the Teferi, so... he has still the Sanctuary up, unfortunately. The Archmage Charm, so... This one will resolve and stop the Azcanta for now. Maybe should have used it in response. I was more thinking about him searching an answer or the combo. Okay, this is another Sanctuary most likely. We are missing one land drop here, fortunately, so we can't play both of them in one turn. Maybe the Snapcaster can go the distance, I'm not sure. Maybe he only runs 2 Sanctuaries. Could have a Cryptic in hand, so... Guess for now we play draw go. Now he cashes it in. Okay. And he has another Veer of Invention. This is now the combo most likely, and he can't do anything against it. He has the sword too. Okay, he creates a 1/1. Wow, even more basic islands. Well, that's a lot of basics you have there. Yeah, well, let's try to resolve something here. Could have a Cryptic here, of course, but what can you do? And there is the Cryptic, so we are dead at this point. Drawing these 2 Termini really killed us this game, so get out of here. Not a fan of Purge, actually. We don't need the telling time here. Maybe 3 paths are enough. Let's try it like this. Be a discard here, but I don't think forcing this is great, so yeah. Could be a mystical dispute now, but oh, he will have it at one point anyways, so no big deal. Okay, he takes the mana leak against the Urza. Yeah, sure. All the astrolabes, okay. Well, he can still have a mystical dispute, I guess, so keep the Jace for now, the Teferi for now. Having the mana leak in the graveyard prevents him from slamming the Urza here. Yeah, well. See if he has another mystical dispute or something. Deprive, yeah, sure. This is annoying as hell. So he even has a mystical dispute in hand, or yeah, gets back the Deprive, and we can't do anything here against this. Four, five. Yeah, the issue is nothing will really happen if I put anything here back on top, but well, what can you do? We are in the draw go stages. Need a way to fight through this Deprive, but it's not that easy. And he has all the Archmage's charms too. Yeah, he even has more counter spells. It's like I cannot win here and should have boarded in the Dovin's Veto actually. Yeah, can't win through this at this pace, and I want to finish this game within an hour, the next one at least. So Deprive with the Sanctuary is a hard lock. You can only play one spell a turn. Always these Archwards, Mystics, Sanctuaries in hand. Yeah, well, I can't complain, I play 4, right, so it's correct after all. So with Delta we have the possibility of a turn 2 Terminus, but this way we can leave both cards open for the following turn. Yep. It's Junt, most likely. So we can counter a Renin 6 here. Or he does nothing. Then we miss the next land drop. That's how it goes. Yep, exactly. Missing the land drop really stings. To shock this in. Guess we keep it back in case he has a Bloodbraid Elf. as a blocker. Since he's not playing anything, feels like he has a lot of stuff. He will pick the Archmage Charm, but if we draw 2 here, he has to decide what he wants to pick. If he resolves a Liliana, so be it. Resolves Renin 6. It's awkward, but well. He most likely picks the Snapcaster Mage. Oh, the path to exile, interesting. Didn't expect this. Tomogoyf isn't that scary. Well, in this case, the Snapcaster Mage was awkward, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Guess it's fine. Snapcaster still in the deck. At least this deals with the Tarmogoyf, and here hopefully we get a good target here for the Force or Snap Path. One more land drop for Teferi. Seasoned Pyromancer. Don't want him to make some tokens here. Shunt these days. Ways grindy. Missing the land drop here hurts again. So next turn we have Teferi. We have Snap, Logic not up. So the Force up. He's missing land drops, so he has a lot of gas. That's for sure. Actually like playing the Snapcaster here as a blocker, and then we still have Force up. Which can come in handy. Don't need the Delta. Keep the rest of the graveyard in case we draw a fetch land for the Mystic Sanctuary. Drawing another Terminus is really awkward. Found another Snap. This in case he has a Blood Braid, of course. Here comes the Bloodbraid Elf, most likely. Yep. Do you find Seasoned Pyro? Well, would have been worse. Pitches 2 terminates, which makes sense. Try to protect the Teferi, of course. This is a fine draw. We can use Mystic Sanctuary. Put the Terminus back on top. Ship the turn back. That's fine. Let's draw 2 here and resolve a Terminus, right? Sure. To have used that on Teferi. We draw 2 cards, please. Yeah, why didn't you kill the Teferi then? I mean, I don't understand. Snapcaster Mage would be gone with the Terminus anyways, so... It was a misclick? I'm not sure. That's fine, we can pitch a Terminus here. Maybe he's banking on this Raging Ravine, but with... against a Field of Ruin deck that is kind of ambitious. Search for Azcanta should seal the deal. He can make some tokens with the Seasoned Pyro in the graveyard, but that's about it. Yeah, so it's fine, I guess. Force. Actually, I don't think we need this Field of Ruin right now. Let's get rid of this now. Still protects the Teferi in case he draws like an Assassin's Trophy or something. Yes. 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 Do we want to draw something of this stuff? I don't think so. I think we draw here. Activate. I guess Entreat seals this the next turn. Yeah, so he keeps a Sanctuary in hand right now. In case he discards the Entreat, maybe? Maybe? He can put the Terminus on top to prevent whatever he really does next turn, so... He can tuck the Liliana next turn. Yeah, we have the Terminus on top anyways, so... Then we can't use the Entreat, so I guess we use the pass. And simply activate Azcanta here. So this should be a win. Don't know why he doesn't concede. To even find the Deprive lock, but it's not necessary here. Can even protect the Angels against Maelstrom pulls, so... Your turn! Well, it's not like he will time us out, so... I don't know. Wasting our time here. We have to grind a few more games. Okay, so onwards to the next game. Still like these Celestial Purges. The Aether Gusts are also okay, but 3 Terminus is fine. Not a fan of Mana Leak, not a fan of all these forces. Feel really clunky. Aether Gust is not good against the Bloodbraid Elf, but against most of the other stuff, definitely. Deprive is fine. I don't want the logic, not actually. It's awkward. Kind of have to fight through him. Let's try it like this. We have some early game interaction and hopefully draw more lands, like always. The Azcanta can help with that. Let's try to dig for a land drop here. Don't need a treat. Well, didn't find a land drop. Awkward. Now he takes the Azcanta most likely. He is thinking a lot again. And takes Azcanta anyways. So show him the land drop. Doesn't matter. Let's hope he doesn't have Fulminator here. He probably has. Tries to screw us. Liliana is okay, I guess. Don't mind discarding here. These can recover our cards. This can catch Bloodbraid Elf next turn, so I think Path to Exile is the weakest link. Get rid of the Liliana now. That's fine. Okay, Tarmogoyf. Want the land drop, I'm not digging for... Terminus right now, I suppose. Yeah, well, Aether Gust is also fine. Yeah, okay. Convinced. Just rip the Terminus anyways. Ship the turn. Comes the Bloodbraid. And the Blood Moon, yikes. Brings Blood Moon in against the two-color deck. Well, so he puts it on top, so hopefully we can counter next turn. We'll definitely hold up the Archmage's Charm and take our punishment here. Can't use Terminus here, unfortunately. Unfortunately, to hold on with this. Don't have our basics right now. Yes, to 9. Draw 2. Still trying to hit some land drops. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Bad, bad, bad. 20 cards in, no 4th land drop. That's really horrible, if I may say so, but yeah, we can't fight about this. Would love to Celestial Purge it, but he has always this Blood Moon looming over us, and we have to deal with this Bloodbraid Elf eventually. So I think for now we block and use the Opt. Can return the Bloodbraid with the Liliana, of course, but so be it then. Without land drops we are not going anywhere. Take this one with us. I mean, we can stop his red mana if he doesn't have a mountain. This is also fine. We can Mystic Sanctuary back the Celestial Purge. Mystic Sanctuary, definitely good. Yeah, can't prevent that. He gets the Bloodbraid Elf back, of course. Should have discarded Supreme Verdicts. He didn't pick up the Bloodbraid. Man, he's really doing some misplays. I think this is the best top deck here. So, slowly but steadily doing this. Sure. Can cycle this. Or you don't. So we draw more. So he has to use it now. Still need a Jace to put the miracle cards back on top. Or maybe the Azcanta was not great here. Because Logic Knot is kind of worthless right now, but oh, there is a Raging Ravine. Maelstrom pulled. Yeah, that is fine. Keeps our angels alive later on. Well, if we don't, yeah, I mean, we have the removal anyways, so let's stick the Jace here, the Teferi here. Just an opt. Well, could still be an opt into Terminus, right? So Sure. Using your entire turn for this. Do we need the Mystic Sanctuary? Yeah, actually I like it. Drawing our cards. And shipping the turn. Don't have to do anything here. Can bolt the Teferi, that's fine. Yep. So, 3 more cards. Maybe he has a Pyromancer in hand or something. Tarmogoyf is fine. I don't care about this one. We do care about you. Two, three. Maybe I should have waited, but get back the path here. Do we cash in? Yeah, we can cash in the Supreme Verdict here. Guess next turn we will just entreat. He has already used his Maelstrom Pulse. It's unlikely that he has another one. This gives us a Cryptic next turn, because we can draw it with the Teferi. Here it goes to 1, sure. Then we have a Sanctuary for the following turn too. And we found the Jace even. This back on top. Yes. Draw it. Jace it. Then treat back on top. Pass the turn with Cryptic up. Let's see what he's doing. So this should be enough. Just for the lulz. Put Entreat back on top and ship the turn. And that's GG. You can see our hand. Choose your downfall. Yes. I'm just doing this for the fun now. Like the asshole I am. You can have it. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's attack him down. And that's GG. Outgrinded the Junt deck, because Mystic Sanctuary makes it possible. Well, this card is insane. I like the lock with the Deprive. It's actually really nice, but I'm not sure you want more than one for the occasional lock up. Yeah, the interaction with Terminus is really great. I mean, whoever tries to kill you with the creatures, Sanctuary is there to catch you if the Terminus is in the graveyard. And yeah, that's mostly it. I mean, against the Urza deck, we were kind of unlucky in the grind. The first game was kind of even, but he had the Sanctuaries where we didn't, and through all the Termini, and yeah, second game he has, I think, the better post-bot game. In hindsight, I would bring in the Dovin's Veto, but I didn't like the Surgicals, and I'm wondering, even though you run Azcanta, if it would not be better to run Rest in Peace. Seems really good. Yes, it also screws up your Sanctuary, so I guess can't play Rest in Peace. Yeah, you want the Sanctuaries, so that is the main downside to this deck. You can't run Rest in Peace, but I think these cards are still fine. I mean, if we resolve the Ashiok against the Urza deck, that's also great. He had Mystical Dispute, which we don't. He has the discard, so, well, yeah, I guess you lose this, but still like what's going on here. Unsure how the really aggressive matchups are going so far. I don't see the need for the Supreme Verdict, but we also didn't face Meddling Mages, so not sure about that. And the Dovin's Veto is also only really there in one matchup, but that's how it goes. Still like most of this stuff. Maybe the Dispel is debatable, but I think you want these 11 cards. At least the Surgicals to have something against Dredge, because you need the help there in the early turns. Even though we beat Dredge without the Surgical, it felt really, really lucky in the third game, so yeah, but there you have it. Mystic Miracles. Hope you enjoyed the grind. It was nearly 3 hours long. And hope to see you next time. Bye bye.